Respected Chairman IFTDO, Dr. Ahmed Al-Banna, President IFTDO and Director HR Indian Oil, Mr. Ranjan Kumar Mohapatra, Conference Committee Chairman, Mr. Chris McDonough, President Emeritus ISTD, Mr. Vineshil Gautam, National President ISTD, Mr. Natraj Ray, our esteemed speakers for the day, Mr. Jack Phillips, Ms. Tanvi Gautam, Mr. Janapreet Fernando, Ms. Kanika T. Bhal, Mr. Roy Lai, senior IFTDO members, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I request everyone to kindly mute their mics. There's some disturbance coming in from somewhere. Well, at the outset, I welcome you all to the curtain raiser event to IFTDO 2022. We all are well aware of the turbulent times we have been going through for almost 2 years now, and that has been the prime reason for the delay in organizing the annual IFTDO conference. However, with this event, we formally kickstart the preparations for our annual event next year. IFTDO is a prestigious international multicultural organization with special links to several UN institutions, including a special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. Through its member organizations, IFTDO represents over 5 lakh professionals in over 30 countries. The Federation endeavors to be a unique and effective resource to HR professionals across the world for the betterment of life, and is perhaps the only worldwide body to represent the training and development profession, which actually is the core of any flourishing organization. It links HR professionals in societies, corporations, universities, consultancies, and enterprises. Needless to mention, the international body has the power to move mountains, as they say, in terms of building the human capital of any organization that impacts the overall performance of any company and contributes towards nation building. With these words, I request President IFTDO 2022, Mr. Ranjan Kumar Mohapatra, to propose the welcome address. Mr. Mohapatra. Sir, you are muted.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time zone you have joined from. It's indeed a privilege to see you all today. However, I think it would have been better if we could have met physically and spent some time together. However, we all are well aware of the pandemic we have been battling since 2020. While we are now hopeful of a better and brighter tomorrow, let us continue taking all precautions to ensure that we don't fall back in time. Let me take this opportunity to formally welcome you all to the curtain raiser event. Neha has already given a brief, but to go further, many of you may be aware that 49th IFTDO annual conference was scheduled to be held on 7th to 9th October 2020 in New Delhi. But it had to be rescheduled due to the prevailing COVID situation. The India conference was therefore rescheduled to 24th to 26th November 2021. However, again, the second wave happened. So the organizing the conference was a daunting task. Therefore, it was rescheduled. It was decided that the 49th annual conference will be held most likely in a hybrid format now from 27th to 29th April 2022. It gives me immense pleasure to share that Honorable President of India is scheduled to inaugurate the main conference. 2 Union Cabinet Ministers of the Government of India, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Minister of Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri, Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Housing and Urban Affairs, have kindly consented to be the patrons of the conference. Friends, it has been an endeavor of IFTDO that since its inception, there has never been a year in which any international event or conference has not been held. Hence, it was decided to have a virtual event which would also act as a curtain raiser for the main event. And that is how we all are here today. This curtain raiser is an interim booster and is a prelude to showcase and highlight the main conference which is lined up for April 2022, which will definitely witness a much bigger participation and a larger galaxy of speakers. The theme of IFTDO 2022 is strategies for an agile work culture, pathways to the new age. And the same theme has been maintained for the curtain raiser as well. I'm indeed overwhelmed with the illustrious gathering from across the globe, from east to west. If we have participations from United States, Britain, Ireland, Africa, we are also joined by participants from Singapore, Australia, Japan, Bahrain, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. And as I see, I think you must have seen the counter, we are joined by over 1,200 participants right now, and I'm sure we are going to have an event worth remembering. I assure each one of you that you will have insightful 2 days and your learning appetite will never go unfulfilled thanks to these illustrious speakers. Now coming to the speakers, as you already know, the speaker list includes Jack Phillips and Patty Phillips from US, Tanvi Gautam and Roy Lai from Singapore, Janfrit Fernando from Sri Lanka, Chris McDonough from Ireland, Shahizal Young Razali from Malaysia, Nicole Scobell Williams from Japan. We have an equally illustrious speaker lineup from India in Kanika Bal, Amrita Sharan, Vikas Kaushal, Ajit Pai, and Mr. Gurdeep Singh. Of course, we also have a fireside chat between Ahmed Albanna, chair of IFTDO board from Bahrain, and Vinayshil Gautam, who is chairman of the steering committee of IFTDO 2022. We also have Nataraj Ray, the national president of IFTDO, proposing the vote of thanks. So an impressive lineup. I'm sure you all will have a great time and it will definitely be just discussed and dispersed. Friends, I believe that the year 2021 has come as a great learning experience for each one of us. As HR professional, and more so as a learning and development thinkers and practitioners, we must understand and appreciate that the uncertain times necessitate the need for an agile mindset. Decision making cannot stop or wait for an ideal time to arrive. I think organizational culture must promote enabling environments where individuals are empowered to be agile, to be adaptable, so that they can steer the organization and hence nations to new pathways. A lot of thought has gone behind finalizing this theme for the conference, and I'm sure the illustrious list of speakers will dwell on various aspects of this theme during next 2 days. While curtain raiser event has not been segregated into tracks for reason of simplicity, the main conference in April 2022 will have 4 tracks, which are skills, markets, technology, and sustainability. When we think of carving out new ways of working, we come across a lot of opinions and roadblocks. However, we need to look at the large picture and build cultures and policies that will strengthen the foundation and values of an organization and make it more agile to address the prevailing and, of course, the probable future uncertainties. How can we go about doing this is another pertinent question that we all need to delve into. My belief has been very simple. My principle, which I keep on saying everyone, the principle of 3A: agility, adaptability, and alignment. These principles, if I may say, are time tested, and I can tell you from my own experience, have worked pretty well for a large organization like my company, Indian Oil, which is the energy backbone of India. Let me begin by talking about the second one, that is adaptability. Most of us are averse to change. We fear a change because we cannot anticipate the outcome. However, staying put can be riskier than changing. Whether it is in your career or a relationship, you risk being left behind if you do not continue to grow. Adaptability has many dimensions. I think the root is to overcome psychological inertia or preparedness for change. We have seen several such instances during COVID-19. Look at the changes. I think new ways of work, business, education, such as this particular virtual medium. I think we would not have had this had the pandemic not happened like this. I just taking my own experience, I would not have learned this virtual medium had it been a normal circumstances. My well-adapted technical team and support staff would have felt that it is too trivial an activity for the boss to master. But on the contrary, today, I must tell you, it's a lighter vein that there are occasions when I am able to give them a tip or two for smoother digital operations. Agility refers to the pace of adaptability. I think in the organizational context, it's the ability to adapt and evolve people and processes to unpredictable changes. This requires quick remodeling of skill sets and mindsets. And of course, you have to be nimble-footed. You have to have the ability to defy the limits of time. Being limitless involves mental agility, quickly grasping, and incorporating new ideas and concepts with confidence. There is no better time to experience this than now. And finally, let me touch upon alignment. I think alignment is the connection of strategy and execution through communication. Aligning strategies or aligning purpose requires that every person, every department, every leader must understand the business strategy, must understand the purpose, must assess the current conditions, plan and implement the respective strategy and purpose. And also evaluate results and adjust as needed. Basically, one needs to mold themselves into fit in the ongoing situation, which is not in our control. I'm sure the speakers at this curtain raiser event who come with rich experience from across the length and breadth of the world would definitely share more insights on the strategy, the work culture, the agility, the new age aspects. And of course, you would surely see an exponential larger galaxy in the main event during April 2022. I'm grateful to National Thermal Power Corporation of India, Indian Oil, for being the main sponsors to the curtain raiser event, and I look forward to more companies partnering with us in the main event. My address would be incomplete if I don't mention and express my gratitude to the teams and the management, the board of IFTDO, ISTD for organizing this event and looking into mind test details to ensure an enthralling and enlightening digital experience in these 2 days. Lots of thanks also is due to different committees, particularly to the steering committee of this conference. Let us all have an interesting and insightful deliberations and build on the momentum for the main event scheduled in April 2022. So I once again welcome all the speakers, participants, guests, and wish everyone the very best for the 2 days ahead. I also take this opportunity to urge each one of you to be part of the main event along with your friends, your families, and your colleagues. Thank you. Please do save yourself so that you can take care of yourself so as to take care of all others around you. Goodbye and namaskar.